Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to another unusual money making video. The series where you guys send me your unusual money making methods and I broadcast them to the world, slowly destroying each money making method one by one. Just kidding. But in today's episode, we have 3 different methods for you guys. One of those being a free-to-play method, and then sort of a low to medium level method, and then maybe a bit of a higher level method. So we're sort of hitting all targets, I guess, even though it's only 3 methods, but it's still something special. Anyways, before we get into the methods, I want to quickly shout out once again my Twitch stream. As you guys know, I stopped shouting out my Twitch stream on YouTube. It's actually gone very well so far, but again, if you haven't followed me on Twitch and you're wondering where the shoutouts videos are, I'm stopping those. Those are done completely. So if you guys haven't followed me on Twitch yet, the link is in the description. First link. I also shouted out on all my social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. So if you guys haven't followed me on any of those yet, all the links will be in the description, so make sure you guys go follow that. Anyways, let's get straight into the video. Also quickly, if you guys want to see your unusual money making method featured in this series, then send it to me via YouTube message, comment if you want, a Twitter DM, Instagram DM, Discord message, whatever. Just send them over. I'm sort of low on ideas at the moment, so if you guys have one you don't mind people seeing on this channel, then make sure to send it over. The first one we're going to knock off the list is the free-to-play method. Now this free-to-play method allows you to get unlimited Tinder boxes for nothing. You can get as many as you want, bank them all. There's a bank right next to actually where you can get them from, and then you can sell them for actually some decent profit. So the first thing we're going to do is head over to Draenor Village. We're going to go north of the bank to a house owned by somebody you guys may have heard of, the Wise Old Man. Now in this house, you guys can see a bunch of different bookshelves, and when you search them, you can get yourself books, or you can get yourself other unique items. You can see if you actually zoom in on the bookshelves themselves, it shows the item that you can get from that bookshelf. There's like that wooden cat there, the different unique books from each bookshelf, but the ones we're going to focus on are the bookshelves with the Tinder boxes on them, which are on the right side or the eastern side of the house. So basically what happens is when you click on the bookshelf with a Tinder box on it, you automatically get a Tinder box in your inventory. Now what you can do is you can just shift click drop the Tinder box, click the shelf again, and you're going to get yourself another Tinder box. So pretty much we're just doing the drop trick method to get all these Tinder boxes. If you try to search the bookshelf again with a Tinder box already in your inventory, you don't get another Tinder box. You have to drop them on the floor. But with the shift click feature, like I said, the shift drop feature, you can get 28 Tinder boxes if you want, and probably under like 45 seconds to a minute. It's very fast. Now the nice thing about the Tinder boxes is that there are thousands of them sold a day on the Grand Exchange, so they are in demand on the Grand Exchange. Sometimes these methods require you to sell an item that you have to wait a while to sell it on the Grand Exchange, but these can sell instantly if you sell for like 5-10% under. But you can also, what I did for a little bit in this part, is actually try to sell them for a bit higher. Now what I could have done is sold each of them for 160 GP, which is what they were instant selling for, so that would have made me 4.5k, 4,480 GP. Now for free to play, to make that right off the bat isn't too bad, but what I did was I actually went up a little bit higher and tried selling some of them for 250 GP, and after 5 minutes I managed to sell 20 of them for 250 GP, and then I just decided to sell the rest for instant buy price, and I managed to make 6,371 GP. So what I could have done obviously is sold them instantly and then made maybe a bit more money if I were to continue doing this back and forth and instant selling, but I wanted to see if you could sell them for higher. So if you maybe have a huge collection of these after doing this method, you can maybe merge them and sell them for a bit higher while you do another money making method. But this is a nice way to make yourself some early cash, especially in free to play. If you want to do this for maybe even just half an hour, you can get yourself 50 to 100k possibly. Alright, and now to the second one. So this one is all about filling up baskets with different types of fruit. In this case, we're going to focus on oranges and cooking apples. Now the apples are a lot better money than the oranges, but that's because the apples have a bit higher of a requirement. You obviously need to have access to the Culinarimancer's chest, and you need to have access to maybe the higher level gloves if you guys want to do this efficiently with the apples. But the oranges, however, all you guys need is access to Hudo's shop in the Gnome Stronghold. And I believe that if you guys just have access to the Gnome Stronghold, if you just get there, you can have access to Hudo's shop, which Hudo is the guy who sells all the different fruits and stuff up on the second level of the Gnome Stronghold, or the first floor if you're from the UK. The apples and oranges are very cheap. In fact, I believe that the apples are only 1 GP from the chest, and the oranges I think are 2 to 3 GP from Hudo. Now Hudo stocks 10 oranges, and if you have barrels left, I think the chest stocks 50 apples. So obviously with the apples, you can buy a lot more, and it's a lot more money per hour, but you need higher requirements to have access to all those apples. With the oranges, anybody can pretty much do it. So what you guys want to do is you want to get yourself some baskets. Now you can get these, I think, from a farmer shop, and they're like 1 GP there, but from the Grand Exchange, they're only, I think, 5 GP, and you can even get them for as low as like 3. So it's really not that big of a difference. If you're at the Grand Exchange, just buy them from the GE. If you're close to a farming shop, get yourself them from a farming shop. They're cheap either way. Now each basket holds 5 of each fruit. So what you guys want to do is, in my case, I like to have 10 inventory spots open for the fruit itself. In the background in this clip, for some reason I miscalculated. I only had 9. Very silly of me, I know. But if you have 10, what you guys can pretty much do is buy 10 from Hudo's shop, double click on 2, or just click on 2 baskets, and they'll both be full. Hop to the next world, buy 10 more from a shop, click on 2 more baskets, and continue. It's a very easy process. It includes a lot of world hopping, which I know some people don't like, but the baskets themselves are like 3 GP, and the oranges themselves are 2 to 3 GP, like I said. And each basket of oranges, so the oranges 5, go for around 370 GP. So in the 5 minutes that it took me to fill up all those baskets, I made 10.7K, which is really not too bad for no requirements at all for pretty much doing this. They did take a little bit to sell, but what you guys can do, which you can do pretty much with any other item that you ever do for money making, is actually sell it for a little bit higher if you don't mind waiting a little bit for the profit to come in. If you want the money instantly, sell them for very low and you can get the money, but these do end up selling. They are needed for farming and people do buy them, so you can set the price a little bit higher, and if you don't mind leaving them a little bit longer, you can make yourself more money in the long run. Now the cooking apples are even easier because all you need is access to the Culinarmaster's chest, and you just stand there and buy the apples and put them in the baskets just like you did with the oranges, but this time you don't even have to move. And the apples are actually more expensive than the oranges because I think they're needed for a higher level of farming plants. I think they're needed for trees, but correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, they're very easy. All you have to do is do the exact same method you did for the oranges and then sell them on the Grand Exchange. The apples actually sell for a lot more. They go for 870 GP per apple, which if you do the full hour of this can be very good money, at least for those of you guys who don't have that much money. I guess it's a good way to rebuild if you have access to that chest and you're looking for a couple 100K early on, then that might not be a terrible way to do it. But the thing is, I rate them a bit differently. The oranges pretty much have no requirements, but they sell for less, and the apples you need access to the chest, but they sell for more. So try out both, and if you have access to both, and see if you like it. But yeah, really nice method there, and let me know if it goes well for you guys. I think this last one is the most unusual one of them all. In fact, I believe nobody has ever done this consistently for money, but you do make like not bad profit off of it. It really isn't too bad for the time it takes you to do this. We're going to be recharging Pharaoh scepters. Yes, you heard that right. We're going to be recharging Pharaoh scepters for a nice chunk of profit. Uncharged Pharaoh scepters currently go for around 6,970,000 GP. I decided to buy it for that. I didn't buy 5% up because I'll lose more money off of it. But if you buy for 6,970,000, in my case, that's what I did. I ended up buying 4 of them in around 5 minutes. Now to recharge these Pharaoh scepters, you guys need gold artifacts. You can get these gold artifacts from Pyramid Plunder. I'm sure if you guys have done Pyramid Plunder, you have used gold artifacts in the past. And now the gold artifacts are almost 1,000 GP per one. They actually were more than 1,000 for the ones I bought. I ended up buying the golden statuettes, which was like the cat statue, and they were for like 1,200 GP each. So that itself might be an unusual money making method. I may try that out in the future because they are sort of expensive. But you need 6 of the gold artifacts to recharge a Pharaoh scepter. So pretty much what I did is I bought 4 of the uncharged ones. I bought 24 of the golden artifacts, which I need to recharge all of them. In my case, I think I have the Desert Amulet 3, so I actually get an extra 3 charges per Pharaoh scepter. I have 6 charges per Pharaoh scepter. If you don't have any of the diaries, then I think the max you have is 3, which is why you can buy it like that from the Grand Exchange. So with my 24 artifacts and my 4 uncharged Pharaoh scepters, I went all the way down to Sophonim, which is where you can recharge your scepter. Go to the Mummy, who you can start Pyramid Plunder with, and then give him your scepter with the artifacts in your inventory, and he'll recharge it for you. So in my case, I had 4 Pharaoh scepters with 6 charges each. So I actually had to use teleports, which costs nothing. So I used the teleports on there to get around until I had 3 charges left on each scepter, and then with those 3 charges on the scepter, I could finally trade them on the Grand Exchange and ended up selling each one for 7 million GP. Again, after around 5 minutes, they did end up selling. Now, like I said, it's very popular. These things are, I want to say, in demand because of things like the Occult Altar. It's a very good way to get to Pyramid Plunder or the Agility Pyramid, or even a fast way to change to the Ancient Spellbook. And they are very rare to get from Pyramid Plunder itself, so they are expensive because of all those reasons. But when all is said and done, I managed to make 123,205 GP in like the 10 minutes it took me to do all of that, which really isn't too bad. Now, I can't do this obviously for an hour. I think there is a buy price on these things, but a quick 123K in 10 minutes, I'll take it. Technically, if you were to do this for an hour, you'd make like 600K and 700K an hour, something like that, but it doesn't work like that. But definitely a unique thing, and maybe see it as a daily task. We can, no, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, I found this really unique. 123K of charging Pharaoh scepters, what the hell? Hey, it works for me. Anyways, definitely a unique video today. If you guys did watch this far, make sure you guys do drop a like on the video. Thank you guys all for watching. I love making this series. I know that it's not always always like the best rated series because people are ticked that I leak these money making methods. But hey, I enjoy making the videos, and for the most part, you guys seem to like watching them. So once again, make sure you guys do send in your unusual money making methods. And once again, I'm going to reiterate, they have to be sort of unusual, maybe things that people don't know about or haven't heard of. They don't have to be the weirdest things in the world. I'm going to be a bit more lax about that, but common methods, like I've got some people sending me things about, you know, noted bars, avian Z's. That's pretty known. Or things like, again, once again, the anti-dragonfire shield or the impling jar from the lunar spell kit thing. Anyways, yeah, send me over. I'll read through all of them and I'll include them in the video if I really like them. But like I said, guys, thank you guys all for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to drop a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, and peace.
Wow.